can slip with my hand.
Oh, sorry.
It was okay fighting. I seem to look back at my work, and I've fought a lot of women in my films. I've hit like 7 or 8 or 9 women in my films, which I suppose is the place to keep it in front of camera in a fictional setting. But it was fine. We choreographed it, you know, over and over and over again. We rehearsed. Kissing her was more difficult. Kissing the director's wife was tricky. Because when you're fighting in film, you're not fighting, you know, you're doing that kind of, you know, you're missing each other by a foot. But when you're kissing, yeah, you can say it's acting, but you know, you're touching your lips with her lips, and so. I'm not going to demonstrate that one. So yeah, the kiss was a bit tricky. Len, the director, moved on very fast. We're like, cut, got it, moving on, move on. I didn't ask him, could I have one more? I think I could do it better.
Спасибо за шикарный ответ. Следующий, мне кажется, здесь должен быть кто-то.
Добрый день, Марина Питерская, новости Питера. Колина, у меня, по-моему, такой вопрос. В каком фильме вы бы хотели сняться? Жанр, может быть, какая-то есть определенная книга, в которой в экранизации вы хотели бы сняться? И второй вопрос. Есть ли у вас национальный герой, которого вы бы тоже хотели воплотить на экране? Спасибо.
Not really. I don't. I've never really. I literally approached this whole acting thing over the last 12 or 15 years as kind of a leap of faith with regard to what's out there and what comes my way. So I haven't optioned any piece of literature to play a character in it. I haven't thought of any. I wasn't a huge fan of comic books growing up, so there's none of those characters that I'd like to play. I think I'm probably done with remakes now. I've done 2 in the last 3 years. So there's no character that springs to mind, and even that kind of extends to directors as well. As I've been asked, what directors would you like to work with? And there's so many wonderful directors, including many that haven't been discovered yet, that have yet to make their first film. And I could pick a load of directors, but I don't really have an ambition that is, I saw that, an ambition that's further on down the road than the present that I find myself in. You know, I've been very fortunate that at various times in the last 10 or 15 years, certain directors have come around and there's been an opportunity for me to attach myself to the material, whether it was Peter Weir or Terrence Malick or, you know, directors whose work that I loved in the past. But I didn't put it out there really in a way. It just kind of, you know, fell before me very fortunately. And as far as Irish characters go, I mean, there's I don't know, I seem to be aggressively attempting to embed myself in the present, and that's maybe why I haven't got an answer to a character of Irish antiquity or history that I would like to play, you know. But I love working at home. I love working in Ireland, and in the last 5 years I've got to do 2 or 3 feature films at home, and it's always a gift when I get to go back home and get to, you know, work from Dublin, you know. Thank you.
Спасибо вам. Кто следующий, прошу?
Здравствуйте. Селезнев Игорь, интернет-СМИ Геймскоп. Колин, скажите, как вы знаете, наверное, фильм снят по роману Филиппа Дика, а вы читали какие-то другие его произведения? И если да, то какие вам запомнились? Спасибо.
And just Joanne's Dream of Electric Sheep and this one, just the story that Blade Runner was based on, and we can remember Bria Hotel, this one. Oh, and Minority Report. Yeah, because I did this the second time I've shot a film that's based on a Philippitic story. This one being a short story, the other one being a novel. So yeah, just those pieces of work. I mean, he was an incredible writer. From my limited understanding of his works based on, you know, reading 3 stories, he's an incredible writer. What he achieves in the story that gave birth to Total Recall, you can remember Bria Hotel, what he achieves in that, it's a short story, it's 18 or 19, 20 pages, I think. But what he achieves in that space is phenomenal in the capacity of bending reality and imbuing the reader with me as the reader with an inability to decide what was real and what was not. know, it was incredible. I don't think either of the films have achieved the deep level of fractured reality that he achieves in the story. I mean, that was very much his to do, and that was very much born of his particular ability. But yeah, read a few of his pieces.
Прошу.
Добрый день, Любовь, iFamous Me. И у меня такой вопрос. Какой трюк вы исполнили от начала до конца без участия каскадеров?
Every single one of the film. All of them. I'm lying, like Pinocchio. I think I fairly much did do probably about 90 or 95% of the stunts, but then a lot of them my stunt double did and did them more beautifully and better and all that kind of stuff. Falling with Jessica, there's a scene in the film where myself and Melina, Jessica Biel's character, jump out of an elevator and fall about 4 or 5 stories. I'm not very good at heights, so that was kind of scary. Terrible heights. This stage is making me very nervous.
А самая сложная сцена с точки зрения не высоты, а вообще ее воплощения, помимо лифта, помимо игры на пианино и, может быть, еще что-то? Допустим, не знаю, там, прыжок в машине или еще что-то.
To be honest, that piano scene was a really tricky one, and not just my inability and discomfort with the piano, and my lack of familiarity with the piano, but sometimes on films, on the ones I've worked with anyway, over the years, there's usually at least 1 or 2 scenes in a film that feel like they don't want to be told. The scene literally feels like it has a life and it's going, nope, I don't want you to tell me. And sometimes those scenes, and they're the scenes that you would least expect it. They're scenes that somehow on the page seem really simple, and then you get to the set on the day and somehow it's not working. And that piano scene is one of those, not because of the piano, just emotionally. Wherever my character was, and he's dealing with a lot of information that he's had to open up to and that he's trying to process, and Melina in that scene as well is trying to be very tactile, very gentle with him, but she's also exposing him to, she needs him to understand who he is fast, and so dynamically and dramatically that scene was really a hard time with that scene that day, and I think it came out okay.